going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video to do the NFL Beast Picks Divisional Round Playoffs. Joining me, the reigning 48s.
With a new angle this week.
I mean, the angle was already disappointing.
The angle of the camera.
Oh, that. You're talking about the camera angle. I'm talking about the angle of our team getting screwed.
It's not our team.
My team.
My team still got screwed.
Well, no, your Steelers lost.
No, I picked the Texans. And my Bills just had a lot of no calls against them. Which led to a lot of injuries.
Well, that and the triple overtime, the fourth down that they overturned on challenge, but they originally ruled it stupidly.
Well, all I know is they've lost two starting receivers again this week, officially for the year.
Gabe's out.
And Tyrell Shavers.
Yeah.
Also with a torn ACL, but Shavers played half a game on a torn ACL.
Not bad. In terms of my team, which we should have won, but we got screwed, because Matt doesn't know how to coach when it counts. Marty Schottenheimer. I've already said what I needed to say. I've already made, I think, 3 videos now on this. So, if you guys want to get I did the Beast Picks Packers thing, and then I did, obviously, the live stream, all the other stuff. So, I've already said what I needed to say. Is there anything you want to say specifically last week?
About the Packers?
No, about any of the teams.
I was 6 for 6, and it's a first in history of us doing this, that someone's had that many correct games with no losses.
For at least 6 or more games.
Yeah, I am pretty sure that means I am 3 wins behind you for the year now.
I believe so, yes.
That's going to be tough now.
It's going to be tough.
Because that means I have 6 games make up 3 games. So that's tough.
Yeah.
But, I'll take it. Right back into it.
Alright. This is also going to be the first game since we started this version of the picks where Kansas City won't be in the Super Bowl. So
yes.
I just put that out.
Fuck the Chiefs.
Yeah. They won't have the Eagles, but they were in 2 of the 3. So
I hope Mahomes is home crying.
Alright. In all seriousness, divisional round playoff games. We have the 4:30 game. We're starting off with your team, Buffalo Bills at the Denver Broncos, and I already know who the favorites is.
Who?
The Broncos, 1.5.
Yes.
It was originally Buffalo for a day, and then the next day they switched it.
Well, it was Buffalo until they announced game time.
I don't know why that would play a factor.
Because not just Buffalo, I would argue as well the Niners here, both kind of getting screwed. Both teams played Sunday.
So they're getting one less game.
They're getting one less day of rest against both bye-week teams.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you're a good team, you're going to beat them anyways.
Yeah, but it's still, I can understand frustration there, especially given that the Rams and Bears both played Saturday night. They wait till Sunday night to play.
Yeah.
I understand you can't have had Houston in that spot, but, debatable at best. Unlock another Monday night game if you need to. I don't see how that's fair to either of those 2 teams, but I digress. But someone in the comments right now is going, he's just crying for when the Bills lose, and they're not gonna, fuckers.
So, with this game, I do think, I'm just going to say this right now, I think Josh Allen is going to win the game, and I've already kind of said it on Discord, but I'm going to give my reasons here, because I was looking at some of the sheets and the stats of this. So Broncos I think Houston technically has the number 1 defense. Broncos are slightly behind them in the defense.
They're 3rd or 4th because I think they might be behind New England too.
I don't know. I thought they said
I think they're behind New England, but they had a higher point differential than the other 2. But
regardless, one of the key issues with the Broncos defense compared to the Jacksonville Jaguars, who the Bills played last week, is the run-stop defense is a little shaky, and Buffalo is number 1 in running offense. And I think, which they didn't really exploit with the Jaguars, because Jaguars were number 1 in stopping the run. But I think in this game, they will definitely exploit more of Cook, and obviously Josh Allen is Josh Allen. So you're going to have that, and obviously you have the tush push at your disposal too. We've seen that last week. Despite the Broncos having home field advantage, it's not like they haven't lost in the playoffs at Mile High before. So it's not totally impossible for a team to go in there and beat them. The Ravens did it on their way to the Super Bowl. The Steelers did it in 2005 on the way to their Super Bowl. So it's definitely doable. I think despite Allen beat up from a lot of these from that game last week, I think he's going to play he's going to play good. As long as he doesn't turn over the ball, which was the difference in the Jacksonville game, they're going to probably win the game. I was trying to come up with a score for this. I'm going to say 28-20. Close game at the end of the wire. They stop them. And, again, it comes down to Bo Nix, too, because Bo Nix is going to have to show up, too. But I think that it's going to be a stop. They're going to have the lead, and then Broncos are going to try to score. Bo Nix, much more experienced in the playoffs, and interception, and the game will end.
So I don't necessarily want to say it's going to come down to Bo Nix. I think what it's going to come down to is going to be how often he's on the field and forced to make mistakes. R.J. Harvey is a very talented young running back, but hasn't seemed to have gotten the swing of shit as a professional yet. They don't have J.K. Dobbin. Jaleel McLaughlin is their number 2 with Harvey. So they're pretty well struggling in the run game. Bo Nix has gotten through a lot of this year. He's had great games, don't get me wrong. But he's also had games where he wins the game because the defense played tight. Now for facts.
Well, I already brought up some facts.
I'm bringing up more facts here. You brought up James Cook being what could be...
Did you agree with the stuff that I was talking about, though?
Yes, and I'm going to elaborate on more why. You're talking Buffalo getting into the scheme of stuff, running the ball, and taking over the game that way. Against Jacksonville was not happening. Against the Broncos.
And Jacksonville are the only team that beat the Broncos at home this year, too, with that factor.
The Buffalo Bills starting 5 offensive linemen. The Denver Broncos starting 5, if you want to count it that, because there's a couple outside linebackers. Strong side linebackers there. Would you be willing to guess how much the Bills' offensive line outweighs the 5 Broncos linemen by?
Weight? 20?
229-pound weight difference in favor of Buffalo.
You're talking about in total.
But
all of them, right?
The minimum difference is 13 pounds, and that's a nose tackle to the center.
So you're comparing. So
every single player on that line is outweighed by somebody in Buffalo, including the tackles having. The right tackle's got a 55-pound weight difference. The right guard, Osiris Torrance, who's the guy who picked up Josh Allen during the tush push, a 60-pound weight difference. Deion Dawkins is 80 pounds over Nick Bonito. And I understand, yes, you can still win with speed, but it's tough to get around a guy that much bigger than you.
And you know they're going to probably do the tush push for certain situations when they're getting in the first
down.
Only
if they have to.
If they need to, though.
I think they're going to do their damnedest to not put Josh in the line of fire. And unless
they need to get that fourth down.
Yes, but unless they're in a tight game, I can't see them forcing it. The other big thing, yes, Denver's been good against the pass, but they haven't been great. There are 2 areas of weakness in their passing offense or defense: the tight end and the slot. The same 2 people that Josh Allen took to the promised land last week: the tight end and the slot receiver. Khalil Shakir's going to have a good game again. Man, I don't want to get overconfident, but I really think that the secondary for Buffalo is starting to bat well when it matters. Trey White is looking, I won't say all-pro, but Trey White is looking like he belongs as a starter in this league again. Whereas last year when he left Buffalo, people thought he should just retire. He was done. They wrote the guy off. And he was the saving grace. He's the guy who tipped.
Turnovers are the difference in that game.
And he's the one that made the tip on the interception of the last play. I won't say I'm more confident than last week, but I won't say I'm less confident. I'm going with Buffalo here. I'm going to say 31-18.
Oh, okay. Let's say if you're gonna be 8, that's like
No.
jeez.
I was considering if I want to go 17. I'll say 18.
All right. So then the 8 o'clock game on Saturday is the San Francisco 49ers at the Seattle Seahawks.
The Seahawks are a 7-point favorite.
Yeah, with this one division rival game, obviously it's always usually difficult when you're playing a third time in the division game.
Are they split at the moment, 1-1?
This was week 1, right? And they played. I'll make sure. My thing will load.
It was week 1, and they lost to the Niners, and then they avenged that loss in week 17. So they are 1-1 on the year.
Okay, so it is interesting, but it is in Seattle, and Seattle just beat them. Just a couple weeks ago. So that's the one thing to point out. Their defense really took it to the floor, and that was mostly what the difference of that game was. It was mostly a defensive game. So if it's a defensive game, you got the 12th man going nuts in that game. I said Seattle probably was the most dangerous team out of that NFC West division. I had said it a long time ago now. I think it's going to be tough for the 49ers to win this game. Especially now since they also lost their tight end for the season, too.
Yep.
That's another problem. Now, injuries, obviously, they've overcome a lot of them this year. By the way, fuck Cal Williams. We'll get to him in a second. Yeah, I think the Seattle Seahawks win it. It's home. It's a home game, and I just think even though they've overcome a lot of their injuries, this one might be a little too hard to overcome. I'm gonna say 21-13 Seahawks.
So I think you said pretty much everything you can there. I think the biggest, most understated thing here is Seattle's biggest weakness on offenses or on defense is stopping the tight end. And I'm not going to shame Jake Tongs. He played very good, but he's not George Kittle. I think the loss of George Kittle is a huge blow to San Fran. I think it's going to open up the road. I'm going to say Seattle kind of throttles him here. Give me 28-13.
Only thing for the 49ers, that best thing would be Christian McCaffrey. If they
yeah,
could
but
get him
the
around,
problem is
defense.
you can't just run the ball down McCaffrey's throat anymore because we've seen that he's injury prone. You're gonna lose him sooner. But you're gonna lose him sooner the more touches he has. The more he gets hit, the easier it is that he's out.
Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, I think Seattle wins too. What were you said the score was for yours was
28-13.
28-13. Okay.
Shout out Blizzard Brew by Bud Light, made with real snow from the Buffalo Bill Stadium, or so they say.
All right. Next Sunday, 3 o'clock, we have the Houston Texans at the New England Patriots.
The Pats are a 3.5-point favorite.
I'm surprised this one wasn't a pick 'em, but for me here, I mean, despite the Texans beating the Steelers, that game was relatively close for a long time. It was a 1-point game. C.J. Stroud threw 3 turnovers in that game, or 2 fumbles and an interception. So that's going to be probably the more concerning thing on the Texans side of it is that, they're going to have to, the Patriots defense is going to have to get after Stroud to win this game, I think, because I don't know if they're going to be able to score that many points against Houston's defense. New England couldn't really score that many points against the Chargers, who, in my opinion, is a much weaker team than the Texans. And now you're playing a Texan team. So that's really going to be the difference is if the Texans' offense has more turnovers and the Patriots are able to capitalize on it, which the Steelers were not able to do. At the end of the day, I am going to end up going with Texans here. New England is an inexperienced team. Drake May, like I said, they didn't really play that good against the Chargers and could have possibly actually lost that game if you think about it with the fumble. There was like a sack fumble, and guy could have returned it for a touchdown had he, if the Patriot guy not been there to recover it. So that could have turned the whole tide around too for them. So despite it being in New England, I think Houston does get it done here. I think it will be a low-scoring game because that just seems the trend since it's a defensive game. I'm going to say it is 13-6 Texans.
This is going to be the one that shows the colors here. I'm going with the Pats.
Really? You just want them because you want to beat them.
It has nothing to do with that. Granted, yes, I don't want to see Houston's defense because I saw what they did to us. I would have to hope that there's going to be a lot of extensive tape if you see them. However,
they'd be in Houston too.
I just don't trust C.J. Stroud. This to me is 2 top 3 defenses in the league. C.J. Stroud looked like a dumpster fire against a bottom 10 defense in the league. Pittsburgh statistically was one of the worst pass defenses in the league this year. There's no disputing it. It was the simple fact. Aaron Rodgers, to be fair, had a lot he dealt with this year with how poor that defense played. The fact that until the second half, C.J. Stroud wasn't doing shit to help that defense. In fact, C.J. Stroud had 3 turnovers.
He did. You pointed that out. That's what I'm saying. Like, the Patriots are going to have to win because C.J. Stroud makes
I don't think so. I don't think so. The
you think
Texans,
you'd be able to score a touchdown on that defense?
Drake May?
Drake May scores on the Houston defense.
Yes.
You think that?
Yes.
I don't think so. He couldn't do it against the Chargers.
I think the Chargers are a better defense than the Steelers were. So if I'm looking to see where they're at,
if the Texans are a better defense than any of these defenses.
I think New England and Houston are 1A, 1B. I think they're almost identical defenses. Plus, if they can get running on Houston, which I don't think they will, but if they can, you have 2 guys that can be starters in this league in New England. You've got a fringe starter, if even, in Houston. The talent pool goes in favor of New England. And if you really want to address another storyline, you have a Stephon Diggs revenge game.
Oh, he did play for Houston.
Just played in Houston last year.
Yeah.
So
I forgot about that.
Diggs revenge game. Drake May looking to prove that they belong. They'd host the AFC title in New England, something they're familiar with. I'm going with New England 21-10.
All right.
It pains me to say it.
Next, we have the 6:30 game, the final game of Divisional Round Weekend. We have the LA Rams at the Chicago Bears. Fuck the Chicago Bears, by the way.
Can I real quickly say one more thing about that last game?
What?
Everybody wants to say that the NFL's scripted, right?
It's not.
But everyone's saying it lately.
They've always been doing that.
But
if 10 years.
If that's what you want to call and you want to say scripted, especially if Buffalo wins on Saturday, what better story of how Buffalo can get back to the Super Bowl than defeating their arch nemesis? That's Superman and Lex Luthor. That is the guy that kicked you while you're down for years. So that is one of like 4 Buffalo Bills storylines that could make the NFL happy with this. I'm just saying, if that's what you want to call also is that they're scripted.
It's not.
I mean, hey man.
I don't think it's...
Sam Darnold told Brock Purdy 2 weeks ago he'd see him in a few weeks.
That's just the fact that they're respectful for one another.
I'm just saying.
That's just respect for one another.
Rams are a 4-point favorite.
And it should be. The Rams are going to fucking destroy this shitty-ass Bears team. They're overrated. You know how Caleb Williams had 2 interceptions in this game. He had 24 incompletions. Half of them were fucking over the freaking damn freaking receiver's head. Alright? I was watching all this shit. Okay? He's overrated. He's gonna get his ass kicked. We blew it. We're the reason why they lost.
Stop saying we. You don't have a mouse in your pocket, and I'm not a fucking Packers fan.
Us team, the Packers.
That's not English.
We blew it. That's the only reason why they're here. Rams are going to beat them very easily.
How's your drywall?
It's very fine, thank you.
Oh, sure it is.
Caleb Williams is going to get beaten in this game. Matthew Stafford, for once, I'm actually rooting for Matthew Stafford. I hope they destroy them, because they deserve it. You could take your grazer with you, by the way. Freaking your stupid bullshit.
I have no clue what you just said.
The cheese grater.
Oh, the grater. So you mean if I presented you with one of those for the Super Bowl, you wouldn't wear it?
No.
Oh, damn it.
I'd destroy that thing. My cheese will be grazing and destroying that grazer.
Grating.
Anyways. Rams win 31-13, and Williams is going to be all upset on the sidelines, and I'll be all for it.
So I think you've got one thing wrong here.
They're not that good of a team.
I think they're better than you're giving them credit for. And I think it's because you still want them to be little brother in the division. You got to give them the credit for overcoming what they played.
Nope.
You also have to look at the fact that as much as I like Rome Odunze, that dude seems to not give a fuck 80% of the game. Because he had no receptions, no catches until the final drive and a half. And then he put the fucking burners on and had 40 points. If I have to curse out anybody from the Bills, or from the Bears, fuck you, Kyle Monaghan, you cost me another $290. I went 10 of 11 on that parlay, and I needed Monaghan at 30 rushing yards. He had 27. I lost $290 by 3 fucking rushing yards. Mm-hmm. Come on, man, we're both named Kyle. You're supposed to fucking help me out here. I also don't have a lot of faith in the Rams defense after watching the Panthers move pretty freely on them.
I thought the curse was going to live.
That being said, I am still going with the Rams. I think this comes down to a coach that's been there and a quarterback who, say what you want about Matthew Stafford, has been phenomenal in his career.
Well, him winning the MVP and possibly first-team All-Pro is probably going to clinch him as a Hall of Famer now.
Which, you know, he belongs. Realistically, when's the last person that you saw that was a Lion that's done fucking good?
Well, but when he was a Lion, I don't think he would have been a Hall of Famer.
The problem is when he was a Lion...
Even when he won the Super Bowl, I didn't think he was a Hall of Famer.
When he was a Lion, do you know who I viewed him as?
What?
Phillip Rivers. A guy who could put all the stats up, but couldn't fucking lead teams to victory. And that's unfortunately where he was. When he was with the Lions, when they were terrible...
Also had Calvin Johnson, too.
Calvin Johnson is not anything like that. Calvin Johnson's Barry Sanders. A dude that got sick of fucking losing and retired too soon. Because both of those two are two of the best fucking top 10 players in NFL history. And we never got to see the full extent of what they could do because they got sick of fucking losing. That's why I have problems with the Lions. They fucked up two of the best players in the league. That being said, this game's going to be a shootout. The over is 48 points. You gotta fucking take the over on this. I can't see why it's under 60. I'm calling it right now 35-31. Rams pull it off. But I think it's going to be back and forth.
It's going to be 31-6.
Okay, you can think whatever you want because you're salty because you fucking hate the Bears. Reality checking in.
We need blowouts. They were all within 5 points last week.
I technically called a blowout for Buffalo.
They were all...
I called technically a blowout for Buffalo and Seattle.
I'm talking about for last week. Last week they were all
close. I'm counting this week.
Yeah.
I technically picked two of those. I had Seattle by 13 points, I think, or some shit like that.
Yeah. 34-6. Rams.
And
Let's
then
go.
you woke up...
Devontae Adams is going to do it for us.
And then you woke up and your drywall was not okay.
My drywall was just fine. The empty apple juice bottles, not so much.
You act like you got a shit-faced of apple juice.
I threw a bunch of apple juice bottles.
At the drywall!
They were empty. Alright, anyway.
I need to go home.
You are home.
Not anymore, I'm not. Not with the apple juice bottles flowing.
Anyways, those are all the picks.
You forgot to say 24 teams are on a bye this week.
There are no buys.
Anybody who's not playing is on a bye, so there's 24 teams on a bye.
No, they're on Cancun.
Cancun. That's a Bills joke. Go fuck yourself.
That's a meme joke.
That started with the Bills. That's what somebody hit. Fucking Eli Apple's burnt toast ass told us to hit Cancun on 3, which everyone still thinks he was mocking Damar Hamlin because he kept saying 3, and that was the year that he had a heart attack and almost died.
Oh, that's not nice. But anyways, yeah, make sure to comment, rate, subscribe.
Did you know, by the way, there's a new rule in the NFL?
This
is shoot, I didn't know this. If you are playing a team You cannot sign anybody for the practice squad within 6 games or 6 days of that game.
You can't sign a new person to the
Off of their team.
So they wouldn't be able to play in the game.
You cannot sign them legally. They will not let him in your building.
No.
Because I was wondering, with Buffalo losing a bunch of players, earlier this year Buffalo had Elijah Moore, wide receiver, who was on Denver's practice squad.
And they couldn't sign him.
You have till 6 days before, and yesterday was the 6th day, so they didn't have time to process it. Because they don't want Elijah Moore to come into the building and tell Buffalo, well, this is what our game plan is.
That makes sense.
It makes sense, but it's also, they never used to have that rule. Because people used to do that all the time.
Yeah. Well, yeah, guys, yeah, so, sure, comment, subscribe, bell, all that stuff. Got sponsors.
Shout out Nikki, 2 scoops, best ice cream in the Western New York area. Shout out Kyle at chickendippin.com or chicken_dippin on Instagram. Shout out Rebel Nomad Adventure Gear. Hit them up, great adventure gear for great adventure people. And shout out the beauty parlor, Southwestern Boulevard. Get your hair cut by wonderful humans. Reiki, I think is what it's called. Reiki readings. They do all about it's like a palm reading, and they do like sound healing. They got a lot of crazy shit you can do there. I just get my hair cut. Speaking of, I got one coming up.
Well, you already got a haircut.
I did finally, but I want to actually keep it healthy and get one more than once every fucking 2 years.
But anything else you got left?
I would say go Bills, but I'm scared of it, so no.
Alright.
Go Packers?
Shut up.
It's the first time we said it all season.
We'll be ready next year to kick some ass again. We'll have our players back.
You know who won't be back?
Well,
Romeo Dobbs.
No, Romeo Dobbs will be back.
Bullshit.
Oh,
he's signing elsewhere.
No.
Mark my words.
They better keep him.
Mark my words.
They better keep him.
He's leaving.
No, they better keep
He's
him.
leaving. He already wanted to get traded.
No,
he talked trade about not feeling valued enough, and then they go and draft a first-round receiver this year, who finally decided to wake up in that game and give him that credit.
Well, no, it's because they didn't really use him because they had freaking other receivers that were ahead of him.
Romeo Dobbs is leaving.
No, Romeo Dobbs.
Bring him to Buffalo.
No, fuck it. Like, your GM is going to sign him anyways.
Well, I mean, he will. He'll just give him $400 million. That's how it works. For Random being to sign a wide receiver, he just has to overpay him grossly. He signed 2 of the last 2 off seasons. They're just not very good because he overpaid them more regular people money.
Nah, Romeo Dobbs staying. The one who I think might go, though, is Jaden Reed. I think they might get rid of Jaden.
His contract's not up yet.
Yeah, they might trade him.
I don't think so.
I mean, why would you want to get rid of your receivers anyways? They're not locked up. Like, Romeo Dobbs is locked up. Christian Watson only has a 1-year
They're also not moving Jaden Reed.
And you already have Golden on a rookie contract.
They're not moving Jaden Reed. They will choose. Green Bay's a cheap franchise. They will choose to keep Jaden Reed, Golden, and Watson. See if Watson's worth the money.
Romeo Dobbs is worth it.
He is, but you're afraid of paying people.
I mean, they can pay people when they want to. I mean, look what they did with Micah Parsons. I mean, that was a big deal they made for him. So
yeah, look what they did with Jordan Love. He deserves that money, right?
I mean, he's still.
Malik Willis won't be back either.
Well, I know that because he's a free agent. He's going to be a starter.
So is Romeo Dobbs.
He's contract's up? I thought he had 1 year left on his contract.
No, it's
shit.
Romeo Dobbs and Christian Watson were the same draft class. Christian Watson, they gave the 1 year extension because of his ACL.
Yeah.
So he has next year on that extension.
Yeah, he does.
Dobbs is up.
Yeah, so that means Dobbs. Yeah, Dobbs would be up. Then shit. Well, we got a franchise.
That's why I was saying you're not franchise tagging him.
Franchise tag him.
If you cared that much about him, you're just gonna give him an extension around the same amount. He's not I like him. Great receiver. I'm not being sarcastic. I have rooted for him to fucking break out finally for years. Oh look, the Packers game.
Fuck that.
He's not a top 5 receiver. And that's how the franchise tag's formulated, is he would get paid as a top 5 receiver. That's asinine. If you're going to pay him top 15 receiver money, great. Get him in the $20 million range, perfect.
I'd bring him back, but like I said, I think we should bring him back, and I hope we do. But that's it. I think that's all we really have to cover. I don't know if there's anything else.
No, I'm good.
I'm the S. Ultimate Goku. He's the Reigning 48. We're out of here. See you next week for the conference championship game. Peace.